So you may remember a while back we took a look at this Tim Hortons netbook that runs Windows CE 6.0, which ended up being just as terrible as it sounds. Well, today we're going to be taking a look at something that might actually be even worse. This right here is the wireless mobile internet device from Sylvania. That's right, the company mostly known for making light bulbs decided to get into the computer manufacturing business a while back, and, well, of course not really. This is just another logo-slapped laptop. Actually, not a laptop, not a netbook, it's a smart book. And boy, is it not smart at all. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now yes, in today's episode we're going to be diving into the wonderful-ish world of logo-slapped computers again. And I gotta give a huge thank you to a viewer named Case for loaning this thing to me. Now he's actually sent me a couple things over the years, like that Alienware laptop that we did a Windows 11 installation on recently. And well, this thing is technically a Windows device, but it just doesn't run regular Windows at all. This runs Windows Embedded Compact 7, the successor to Windows CE. And that's actually what makes this thing a little bit different compared to some of the other videos that I've seen on these Sylvania internet device things, because yeah, believe it or not, I've actually seen a couple other YouTubers cover these laptops. I saw a video from Action Retro recently. I saw one from V Westlife that was published like many years ago, and back then you could actually buy these things at like Walgreens and CVS and other similar stores for around $100. But those models ran Windows CE 6.0, much like the Tim Hortons netbook that I have here. So I figured today we'd crack this thing open and see how it differs. And well, right off the bat, it actually differs quite a bit because this thing is in black as opposed to silver. And it's also in this annoying plastic prison of a package. On the back here, you've got the specification. It's got a VIA processor, model 8650, a 7-inch 800 by 480 display, 512 megabytes of RAM, 2 gigs of flash storage, an SD card slot that supports up to a 32 gig card. It's got a 2600 milliamp hour battery. It's got both Wi-Fi and Ethernet. It also has 3 USB ports for plugging in various things. And I also find this very funny. Right here, it flat out tells you that this product is not a computer. It is a wireless mobile internet device with a Windows embedded operating system. So yeah, they're trying to kind of manage your expectations there. And this thing was manufactured by a company called Digital Gadgets, of course with the Sylvania branding just slapped on it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and carefully crack this thing open because Case wanted me to try to keep the packaging as intact as humanly possible. Well, I think that's the best that we're going to do here. So, of course, we have an instruction manual right off the bat, or a quick start guide. We'll go ahead and set this aside and take a look at it in a minute. We've got the power adapter, and we have the mobile internet or wireless mobile internet device itself. So we'll take this out here. And yeah, that is everything in the package. So we'll set that aside. And here is the main event. So it's a very glossy finish on here. That is definitely going to be a fingerprint magnet, I can tell. On the left side here, you've got your SD card slot, your headphone and microphone jacks. You've got on the back your power, Ethernet, and 1 USB port. And you have your 2 other USB ports on the right side. On the back here, you've got a whole bunch of stickers. This one up here in particular caught my attention. It says, "This Windows CE embedded operating system is customized specifically for this device. Do not try to load any other operating software or your warranty will be voided." Well, let me not get ahead of myself. We'll set this aside for now because we got to take a look at the charger. There's the charger. Now we got to take a look at the manual here. And it looks like there's also this card inside. This thing is really rolled up, isn't it? This is email pop client setup, so it tells you how to yeah, set up your your email on this thing. It's kind of funny that they have a specific guide for that. I guess maybe they just thought to include that after they already printed the manual, maybe. And speaking of the manual, here it is. So it goes over the hardware. Congratulations on the purchase of your new SmartBook. So you've got a diagram there that breaks down everything. You got all your ports and all that stuff. Comes with an AC power adapter, charge the SmartBook for 6 hours before use. Yeah, we're not about to do that. How to turn it on. Here's the, so they actually go with a different wallpaper. The other ones that I've seen use the Bliss wallpaper from Windows XP. This one here actually gives me an Azul vibe, which is another wallpaper that came with XP, but it's not the same image. So it tells you, it looks like we have the exact same Wi-Fi configuration tool that we had on the Tim Hortons netbook. That is rather hilarious. We'll have to double check that and see if it also crashes the system the first time we try to use it. So yeah, it tells you how to, connect it to your internet, play stuff with the media player, browse through files, internet options. You got specifications back here, and this looks like there's your support phone number. Gosh, this thing is really it's really wanting to close on me there. So we're going to power this thing on in a minute here, but I do want to briefly do a little comparison with the Tim Hortons netbook here. Now I know these are completely different devices. They're manufactured by different companies as far as I know. The Tim Hortons one is a little bit larger. It is thinner though, but I've noticed that this laptop here has far less of a bezel compared to the Tim Hortons one. If you remember the video I did on this, the bezel on this thing is just obnoxious. So yeah, this just looks, it actually looks like it has a bigger screen, but I think these are the same size. I think this has a 7-inch screen as well. Yeah, so, there's the inside. We have a very similar looking keyboard, actually. I mean, the layout and everything is a little bit different, so it's not, like, exactly the same. And just look at the size of this trackpad. This thing is so tiny. It's such a tiny little thing, and then you got your, mouse buttons here. And I have to say, these buttons feel miles better than the ones on these are the chunkiest buttons I think I've ever had the displeasure of using. These are, still kind of chunky, but they're not as bad. Though I do like how the trackpad is larger on the Tim Hortons one. So yeah, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to peel off this film on the screen. Well, I think that was the cheapest sounding screen film peel that I've ever experienced. But hey, there you have it. Let's go ahead and power this thing on and see what Windows Embedded Compact 7 is capable of. Alright, here we are. We've got the internet device booted up, and we're just gonna explore what programs that we have installed. Now, in terms of the interface and everything, it looks very similar to Windows CE 6.0. We of course have that different wallpaper, some different icons on the desktop. It's interesting, we have shortcuts to specific websites like Amazon and YouTube here. We have a very funky looking Internet Explorer logo, and we've got, yeah, Recycle Bin, My Computer, and the Wi-Fi power setting. Which, why don't we start with that? Let's see if we can get this thing online. And look at that, it's already turned on. So now that I actually look here in the system tray, you see that's our wireless icon right there. So yeah, unlike in the Tim Hortons video where when we tried to turn on the wireless network adapter and it caused the entire system to crash, we don't have that here. It's already turned on automatically for us. So we could turn it off if we want to. We'll see if that crashes the system, which it looks like it doesn't. Although the button there is grayed out. Okay, well now it's not, so I assume it just waits for the adapter to fully turn off. So we'll turn it back on there. And yeah, there we go. So we'll get this thing on the internet. We'll just go down here to our wireless settings. And it looks like we are, oh, failed to associate. Okay, associating, authenticating, there we go. Awesome. So we'll close out of that, or we'll hit OK up here. And now if we open up our funky looking Internet Explorer, we should be able to get online. Now this is most likely going to be Pocket IE, or whatever they ended up calling Pocket IE at this point. But looks like it's loading some kind of redirect page. Well, apparently it's done, but we just have a black page here. So let's try to go to google.com. Ah, there's a problem with the security certificate. This is a very Windows Vista looking screen, by the way, just the way these icons look. Got kind of an arrow situation going on. I'm assuming this is a date problem, so let's go in here and see what the current system date is. I imagine it is, yeah, that's a bit out of date, don't you think? So we'll just manually set this to 2024, and it is currently July 1st. Happy Canada Day to the Canadians watching. So we'll go ahead and set that. It's not 12 p.m., but, whatever. We'll just reload the page. And there we go. Loads up totally fine for us. Of course it is, oh, geez, I did not want to... What the heck? Did it zoom in when I clicked on the text box? Is that... Why is it so zoomed in? What... What the heck? Text size, medium. How did it... I think it just zoomed in when I clicked on the text box. Let's try to reload that. That's rather interesting. Yeah, it's back to normal size. I click here. And yeah, it zooms in on the text box. That is, funny. That would get very annoying to me. Is there a way to turn that off? Because, I mean, I'm literally just clicking. I'm not doing any sort of key combination or anything. And I don't see like zoom options in here, or zoom controls anyway. We can go to internet options, change the start page, user agent. Okay, you can change that. So you can do Windows XP or Windows Phone. Change your cache size, connection, security, advanced. Okay, so I feel like accessibility is where it would be, but I don't see anything about zooming. I mean, there's nothing under multimedia. It's all about pictures, video, animations. Yeah, I mean, this is, wow, is that just gonna be that way? Because that is pretty annoying. But yeah, there's nothing in the view menu about zooming. Text size is not changing. It's still set to medium. That's rather bizarre. So yeah, when you click on a text box in the web browser, it just zooms in on it. So, okay. I mean, since we have the YouTube icon right here, why don't we just double click on that? Because I do want to see how this thing handles YouTube, which is probably not going to handle it at all. Oh, and this is actually loading up WPlayer. So is this... Oh, look at that. I was thinking this was just a shortcut to YouTube. This is actually like a YouTube client of sorts here. That's neat. I imagine whatever... I mean, it just says network timeout. So whatever API this thing was using has probably long been deprecated. But why don't we just do a search here for MJD and... Network timeout, yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, most viewed, so yeah, none of this is going to actually do anything. But that's neat, you know, you would have had like a YouTube client in here that, it looks like it just, because I just hit play there, it opens up in Windows Media Player here. But we do have this MP3, doesn't seem to be doing anything. Play, yeah, that is interesting. So we have an MP3 that we can't play. And I don't even know why this is in here. I mean, this is supposedly like a YouTube player. Maybe this is just from a Windows Media playlist. But yeah, so that's kind of neat. What does open do? Does that just open this in... Oh, you can open up a media file. So is this the media player? That would be really interesting if the media player was just branded as YouTube. But let me go into programs here. And okay, so we got a good amount of stuff. So yeah, it looks like they're just using custom icons on the desktop. And yeah, we have WPlayer and YouTube. So WPlayer is what the item in the taskbar said when you double clicked on YouTube. So maybe this is just like a themed version of WPlayer. This interface is like exactly the same, just without the, you know, YouTube like search function and all of that. So you see we have that same MP3 here. So this is just in a Windows Media playlist. And then you can click on open up here to open up a media file just like you could from the other one. So yeah, it's just kind of a reskin, a sort of reskinned WPlayer with the added ability to just watch stuff from YouTube. What else do we got? We got WinRAR apparently. So that's neat. We can just, I mean, all these settings are fine for me. So yeah, and then, you know, it also acts as just a file browser as well. So can we view about information? Yeah. PocketRAR 3.60 Beta 4, copyright 03 to 06. Of course, we also have Windows Explorer. We have, again, the Wi-Fi power control applet. We've got, this is probably an audio recorder, I would imagine. And yep, that's exactly what it is. So if I had a microphone plugged in, we could record something. And we could, you know, save it as a WAV file, or what other file types does it support? Just waves. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Nice little thing if you wanted to, I guess, use this to, you know, record voice memos or something, which, you know, you could totally do that. Have a photo viewer here. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, so this is not a default program at all. This is some third-party thing. And I guess we're, okay, so we're at the root directory of the drive, I imagine. We can't actually see what any of these, I assume these are folders. Oh, okay, they were just loading in. So yeah, we'll go to my documents. I guess there's nothing in my documents. So maybe this default background is stored in, like, how about documents and settings? Default, no. Okay, so it's probably in the Windows folder then. Let's go in there. Yep, there it is. We also have some other images, it looks like. What is this? Okay. I don't know where that's from. Yeah, what are these images? What? How do you get out of, oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so if you right click, you can drag the photo around, but how do you get back to the list? That rotates it. That, what? Oh, that brings into a slideshow, I guess. Okay. With all these, like, transitions and stuff. These are just, this is the most random assortment of photos. I don't know what this is from. Okay, is this how you, there you go. Okay, We've got what looks like an aquarium here. Why is it... it keeps going back to that. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you've got like some, you know, this kind of could work as a default wallpaper. You've got, let's hit next here. Oh my gosh, what is going on? What is this viewer? Like, it's not even, look, I'm clicking on this one and, okay, there we go. Now it goes to that one. Okay, so it's sometimes, most of the time maybe goes to the one you select. If not, it just, maybe you have to double click and not just single click. Because yeah, I just single clicked on that one and it brought me back to here. Let's try to double click. No, you can't even double click. This is what is this program? Like, holy cow. Okay, so I just did a reverse image search. This image is from the 80s show Robotech. This one here, I was not able to get an exact visual match on, and I was not able to get one with this image either. So, this looks like it might be from some animation software. But either way, it's a very just bizarre, like, selection of images to include, you know, and then you have, like, you know, scenic photos here. You've got, like, you know, an aquarium or just, you know, under the sea thing going on. You've got, like, a lighthouse here. That's not the right image. Why does it... And then also, the way you navigate this program makes no sense. It just kind of does whatever it wants. And I should mention, by the way, like, this was brand new. You saw me, I had to cut the package open, so Case did not use this or put any of this stuff on here. He actually, when he sent this to me, he was like, it's unopened and I want you to be the first person to open it. So that was very nice of him. But yeah, so all this stuff was put on here by the manufacturer, which is just rather funny. We got Microsoft WordPad, you know, pretty self-explanatory. I guess it's what they called Pocket Word at this point. So yeah, I mean, it's a word processor, nothing really too special. We're not going to bother saving that. You've got Mailbox, so here's the email program that they have that separate guide you have to follow along with to set up. So I wonder, can we just X out of that, and can I just view, like, about information? Let's see who made this program. I am curious. NPOP version 1.0.9. Okay, copyright 96 to 2006. Yeah, so this is not a Microsoft thing. IE we already saw. We have a calculator here. I assume this will just be the basic Windows CE / embedded calculator. No, it is not. Holy cow, that is huge. What is this? Almost like a full screen application. This is like Windows 1.0 stuff going on here. Holy cow. Like, yeah, so you can use it. Can you use it with the keyboard? Okay, I was about to say, if you could not use this with the keyboard, that was going to be really annoying. But yeah, you have functions we can do, I don't know, 7 divided by 1. That is annoying. You have to click on the text box up here if you want to actually type something. And you can't, wow. Oh, wait a second, could you just do like 7 minus 1? No, you can't. So you can't actually just type in functions. Yeah, it just gets rid of it. Because, I mean, what was, or wait a second, 9 minus 9, no. That does not work. Because if you saw, like, I pressed 9 here, I hit divided by, and then I can't, use the keyboard again. And if I click up here and type something, it just adds it on to the end. So you have to do, like, 9 divided by 9 equals to get your results. So you can't really use the keyboard. I mean, let's try to do, 8 divided by, and then click up here, backspace, 1. And then hit enter. Okay, we can't hit enter, you can hit equals, and then you get the result. So you can kind of use it with the keyboard, but it seems to have not been designed that way. This was a mouse-first application. So, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder why they just didn't use the regular, calculator that Windows CE had. You've got Office viewers, so you've got one for doc files, PDFs, PowerPoints, and XLS. So it looks like you don't have, or wait a second, okay, we do have Excel, we already have WordPad out here, and we have Foxit Reader. So this is probably going to be Pocket Excel. I don't know what version, though, but we'll see. Oh, that's not Excel at all. Wait a second. Yeah, I just looked this up. This is a third-party program, so this is not Pocket Excel. They just gave it the same icon, it looks like. I mean, let's go back in here and just look at that. Yeah, that looks like the Pocket Excel icon. But yeah, so this thing does save to XLS, though, so if I were to save here, you can save it as, oh, what is going on here? Okay, just push that up for us. Yeah, you actually have a few different file types that are supported, so that's nice. And yeah, so you got some Office stuff and games. What do we got? FreeCell, Jawbreaker, and Solitaire. Let's try Jawbreaker. Oh, there's the lovely speakers there. So this is just, finding groups and stuff and, clicking on them and trying to get all the balls to disappear. So, yeah, I was looking back at the Tim Hortons video because I was like, I feel like this was on there. It was not. There actually weren't really any games on there at all. So that is a nice thing about this Sylvania one here. You got some games you can mess around with. And this is, do we have about information? Let's see, who made this? Okay, well, you can barely read the text here. This image is covering it. Oop Dreams Software. Okay, yeah, they gotta really work on that about window there. They don't need to make that full screen. I mean, that is rather funny. Yeah, you've got that, and then you have, we had Free Cell and Solitaire, which I assume are just Microsoft games. Let's open up Solitaire here. Yeah, here it is. I'm not gonna play through an entire round of Solitaire here, but you can change your card backs. You've got, you know, scoring options here. It looks very, very similar to, you know, just the standard Windows one. Of course, you know, there are differences with it being ported over here to CE. Oh, that's the same program. I wanted to open up Free Cell. So yeah, we got Free Cell here as well. There it is. Very similar UI. And yeah, so that is everything in the start menu. One thing I didn't take a look at though is on the desktop, I want to open up this Amazon shortcut and see if that's just a shortcut to Amazon.com. If I get out of the start menu here. Or if this is just some other application. So let's check this out. It just looks like it's going to open up Amazon.com. So yeah, there you go. We'll see if this actually loads the site. I have a feeling it's not. I have a feeling this is going to have trouble. Or it's actually not even going to load Amazon at all. Let's try that again. That's just the regular home page. Yeah, okay, that doesn't even work. That's funny. Can we right-click on this and view, like, properties? Oh, wait, look at that. It's actually going to this redirect.ddni.net, and then I guess it just redirects from there to Amazon. I don't know why they would do that. I guess they're trying to, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a tracked link or something. But I went to this ddni.net on another system, and it just brings you to a parked page. So that's what this is trying to go to, but it just, you know, fails to load properly, so it just displays like a solid black page here. Just for the heck of it, why don't we try to, you know, go to YouTube on here, which it looks like it's just going to the supported browsers page, so that means we're going to get that notification being like, hey, you have to use a supported browser. The good thing is, since Warpstream is a thing now, which I did a video on a while back, we can, you know, try to watch videos on this thing, and we'll see how well that handles it. So we got to connect this thing to ProtoWeb, though. So let me go into my settings here. This will actually be a great segue into the control panel. And we'll go to Internet Options, and we'll go to Connection. Do we have proxy settings? Access the internet using a proxy server. Okay. So that's going to be wayback.protoweb.org, port 7851. So let's minimize that and go back into Internet Explorer. I was looking for the regular icon. I don't know why they changed this icon. Whatever. I highly doubt that they have this website restored, but we could try to just use the Wayback Machine here. Why don't we see what this page was supposed to look like, assuming they have it archived. If I can actually click on the year drop-down menu here. Oh my... Okay. They are really big on, like, these gigantic menus, aren't they? I just hit go, didn't I? I think I just hit on go. Well, it looks like, in 2005 anyway, this was real.com real guide. Let's do 2010. And that's like the exact same thing. Okay, so it's just like a landing page kind of thing. So not really super exciting. But let's try to go to Warpstream and let's watch my Microsoft Phone video, which is the latest as of me filming this one. And let's try to do this through Media Player. I wonder if this is even supported with the version of Media Player that's on here. Oh my gosh, look at that. And it just crashed. Okay, so I've changed the settings so it will not autoplay, and I've also set it to the lowest possible setting, and it just crashed again. So yeah, not really surprising this thing struggles playing back YouTube videos, but hey, it was worth a try, I guess. Back in control panel here, the main thing I want to check out is the display settings here. We'll see what you can do from this option. I imagine it's going to be like changing the wallpaper. I wonder if there's any themes though. So yeah, you've got your wallpaper here, so you can choose from all those ones that we just took a look at. Appearance. Okay, we do we have different color schemes on here? We do, look at that. Okay, so we can change this around, I don't know. Let's see, what do we got up here at the top of the list? Okay, okay. Yeah, you got a good selection here. Why don't we go with spruce? That looks kind of nice. And backlight. Okay, so we do have backlight settings. There doesn't appear to be a way to increase the brightness. There's not a hardware control for that. And as for software, maybe there's something down here. Okay, option. Oh, there we go. I spoke too soon. So we can adjust the brightness. That's nice. So we can make this thing way brighter if we want to. Let's probably set it around there. I probably should have done that a little bit earlier. So yeah, I spoke too soon. You can also change the Wi-Fi power from there as well. Now, the system does slow down like this. I mean, you see here, like, first of all, I mean, I'm trying to get rid of control panel here. Just try to close out of it. There we go. Yeah, I have, like, as I've been using this, I've been experiencing slowdowns. Sometimes the menus that you see there take a while to populate with everything, and when that happens, the system kind of temporarily slows down. And, oh, what is this? We have a document in here. Cannot find. Okay, that must have been something that was on here, because that's recently opened documents, at least I think. So this was probably something that was on here that the people who, you know, developed this thing, who were putting it together, had on here, and then they just took it off but didn't clear it from recent documents. So yeah, there you go. And I mean, yeah, that is pretty much a brief tour. I mean, I say brief, this video has gone on for pretty long, but we're not done yet, because there is one more thing that I want to do. I went ahead and found a whole bunch of Windows CE programs, and I put them on this SD card here, and we're going to pop that in. So here we go. This is all stuff made for Windows CE 5 and 6. That's what it says in the README here. I'll have a link to this down below. I just found this on the Internet Archive. Somebody put together a whole bunch of software here, which is really nice. We got some games and stuff. Yeah, right here in the README, most everything should work on both CE5 and CE6. I imagine this stuff will work on CE7. I'm not going to go through everything in here. I will leave that to you guys if you want to, you know, put this on a Windows CE device of your own. But I do want to check out mainly the emulators and the games. So we'll go into games first, because I still have to get some files for the emulators, assuming that those can run. And in here, you know it, you love it, it's Doom. So we're going to see if we can run this here. Let's open up this README. Okay, it's already open. I guess I double-clicked on it twice. You can run the game from wherever, but you have to copy the autoexec.cfg to the root of your device. For whatever reason, it was the only way I could get it to read the config. So we have to copy this and paste it just in the root of our device. I don't know if they mean the storage card, or I guess just right here. There we go. So we'll go back into this folder, and this appears to be the only executable, so we'll go ahead and run wlegacy, and let's see. Oh my god. Okay, so the colors are a little bit off here. This is the FreeRare version, so yeah, we have, I guess that is, wow, that is funny. That is the window, yeah, like, that's the window that is like running the game, I guess, and it's just still like you can see the title bar and the close button and everything. But okay, so we are in the game, so can we go to options? I mean, you can't really change display settings from here, can you? Oh wait, video options, video modes. Well, I literally can't see anything, like okay, so I guess we can't really change the video mode. Well, let's just try to start the game here. Let's do Knee Deep in the Dead. Ultra violence. That sounds like a pretty terrible idea. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't even know what controls are we on. I think we're just on keyboard. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it. I mean, it runs. It's not. I mean, yeah, the frame rate's not super great. But, I mean, holy cow, the video. Look at the, I just noticed the, like, bar down there. That's so tiny. I mean, I can kind of see where I'm going here, but still, it's like you gotta, like, really look around. Everything just kind of blends in with each other. So, I mean, the age-old question, can it run Doom? Yeah, it can. Just not particularly well, at least with this version here. That is rather funny, though. So, yeah, I imagine if you could actually, you know, read the video options, you could maybe fix the, you know, colors and everything. But, well, we aren't able to do that. So, yeah, there's Doom. We'll just quit out of that. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, we're going to try out Duke Nukem 3D. Now, I did look into this a little bit. It turns out that, at least with the way that the files are on this particular download, you do have to rename this file right here. It was called like Duke 3D, and then it had something else .grp. You have to rename this to just Duke3D.grp, and you can leave everything else alone. And then when you actually try to run Duke 3D, check this out. It actually runs. 3D Realms, we got the splash screen. Okay, I shouldn't say anything because it could just still crash on us. I imagine the frame rate is not going to be super great, but let's just, and yeah, so this is a smartphone port, and that's the author's name right there. So we'll try to just go, we'll go to new game here. Oh, apparently, okay, so, oh, there we go. Already experiencing a bit of input delay. Maybe it just didn't register. Like, I hit enter. Maybe spacebar? No? Enter? Okay, can we... Okay. Select an episode. Sure, we'll do the first one. Well, so, yeah, as I anticipated, we definitely are dealing with a bit of lag here. I don't even know what the controls are. What are the controls? Okay. Well, arrow keys are to move around. What is, like, what am I hitting that's firing? Spacebar? No? Z? A? I think it is mapped to A. There's just a pretty noticeable input delay. Yeah, it is A. It's definitely the A key, but there's a bit of, like it's not registering each time I hit the key. Like, yeah, and then there's just, you know, input delay too. So, oh my gosh. You know, I've actually never played Duke Nukem before. I know some people will probably be surprised at that, but yeah, so this is not really a pleasant introduction to the game. It's practically unplayable. Like, there's just no way. I mean, you could, like I guess, you know, get around, but it's just it's not going to be fun at all. So yeah, that's Duke Nukem that actually runs on here. I was very surprised. I did not think that was going to work. So we'll just I think we have to just actually get up here and hit X from up here to quit out of it. And now to end things off, I know there's just a ton of stuff in here, and I'm really tempted to explore all this stuff, but this video is already pretty long. So, to put kind of a cap on things, we're going to go back in here to the root directory and go into emulators. I copied over a couple ROMs here. We have both an NES and an SNES emulator on here. So we'll start with the NES first. I actually think we have multiple emulators. We've got Pocket Nestor, which I assume is an NES emulator, and then we have Pocket NES in here. And this looks like it's in Japanese. Isn't that lovely? So I can't read like any of this. Is there a way to change the language? Maybe there is, but I just can't see it. But I did see that this is ROMs. So I assume we select that. Go to emulators, ROMs. There's our Super Mario Bros. 3 NES. And there we go. So can we resize this? Maybe, maybe not. You know what? Let me see if this other one is in English, this Pocket NES one. We'll open this here. All right, well, it's in full screen, so that's nice. We'll just open ROM, and we'll go in here to emulators, ROMs, open that up, and there we go. And holy cow, that's even worse than the other one. You know, I wonder if, like, just for the heck of it, I really don't think this will make much of a difference at all, but why don't we copy over this emulators folder just to the internal storage? And, you know, see if that maybe, I'm just going to do copy from the menu here just in case the keyboard shortcuts don't actually work. So we'll copy that over and, you know, see if this maybe improves things. I highly doubt it's going to. If it does, I mean, we can go back and try Duke Nukem again, you know, as well as Doom just for the heck of it. Nope, it doesn't look like it. That is the exact same performance we were getting before. So yeah, that's interesting. That other Japanese emulator, gave us better performance, so why don't we just start that one, I guess? Yeah, honestly, like, not terrible playback. I mean, there's definitely a bit of... I don't even know if there's a bit of lag. I mean, it kind of feels like it is, but, I mean, the music's playing totally fine. Oh, okay, well, there's some lag right there. So yeah, we are getting some frame drops. But I mean, hey, for a little, Windows CE netbook that was never designed to do any of this stuff, it actually handles it surprisingly well. I mean, like I said, I'm still impressed that it ran Duke Nukem and Doom. I mean, Doom I'm a little bit less impressed because Doom, I mean, we know, runs on everything. It's kind of the rule. But it's still cool to see it running, even if it's in a completely like screwed up state. Why don't we try to beat this level here? Then we'll move on to the SNES emulator, which I'm not too optimistic. Oh my gosh, am I terrible at this game or what? I promise I'm not this bad. I'm just not used to these controls. I'm much more proficient with using an actual NES controller, or at least that's going to be my excuse. But yeah, we'll jump there. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of frame drops. No. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do that quickly. And let's see. Oh gosh, go away. No, don't. No. Oh, okay. I think we're in the clear. We're not in the clear. Okay. So that's NES games on here. We're just gonna close out of that and move swiftly on. So let's try. We got a few executables actually. I assume this is the emulator. Config file error. Oh, this might be the configuration tool, perhaps. You see, we got like Super FX. Some options there. Okay, open. It kind of locked up on us. We have a third window now opening up. What is going on? Well, this has just completely locked up the system. That's great. Okay, I just got this to change here. Where is the file browser? Like, what? What is going on? Okay, at this point, I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this. I mean, if this is the way the menus are, actually emulating the game is going to be even worse. I mean, we literally, like... It's like, what the heck is going on? Like, I got it to display this open dialogue, which looks like it has stuff from the previous dialogue, but you can't actually click on anything. It just says desktop here. Can we, okay, hit the X there? I think, and now, did the entire system just lock up? Because I can't move the mouse. Yeah, the entire system just locked up. Okay, you know what? I think that's probably a good stopping point. So this thing can run NES games, at least Super Mario Bros. 3, decently well. Not great, but it runs it. Can't really get this SNES emulator working, and I'm sure, I could maybe spend some more time with it or try another emulator, but at this point, I'm pretty satisfied with ending the video here because I think we've pushed this little guy to its limits here. So we're just going to have to do a force power off. One more thing that kind of sucks about this that I will say is that the SD card slot on the side here, it annoyingly does not have the ability to push to eject it like, every other SD card slot where when it sits flush with, whatever it's plugged into. So you have to like reach in here with your fingernails and like pull it out. So that really sucks. But yeah, at least you can use SD cards with it. I'll give them that. But yeah, there you guys have it. That is a brief, well, not so brief, much longer than anticipated look at the Sylvania wireless mobile internet device 7-inch SmartBook thing that was recently loaned to me by Case. I want to give a huge thank you again to him for allowing me to make this video, and he's actually loaned this to me for a little while longer. So remember that sticker I was talking about on the bottom about other operating systems on this thing? Yeah, be sure to let me know what you guys want to see. I think I already know the answer to that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, maybe consider becoming a patron or a channel member to get early access to these videos before anybody else. But either way, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.